Do you ever feel that there is an aspect of your life that you need to change, or you need for this aspect to change, but it seems insurmountable to you? You can't imagine how it could possibly change, and because you can't imagine it, you don't see the first step. So you're willing to take the action to make the change, but you don't know what the action is because it feels like something that can't change. As we move into this new moon, and I am sitting in a place that is sacred to me, one of my favorite places on the planet. A deer just walked by. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have an answer for how to change those things in your life, other than to say that I don't believe in fate, and I don't believe our lives are destined. And I do believe that we create our lives by living our lives. And I do believe that we have an abundance of celestial, divine guidance and allies around us. And that we can ask in every moment of our lives for divine assistance and receive it. But I don't have an answer for you. I have instead a story. And I will tell you that before I came to this location where I now sit next to this beautiful pine tree, the last 6 months to a year of my life, I have felt depleted. I have felt unclear about what to do, what next step to take, and I have felt defeated. I have started to feel sort of hopeless about humanity, about the planet, and about my own life. There are things that need to change, and I don't know how to change them. So we came here to this healing place to heal and to access the divine and the sacred nature of being human and being an earthling. Deer are sacred to me. They're magical to me. And you might live in a place where, like this, where they're prevalent, where you see them all the time, but I don't see them all the time. And so when I do see them, when a deer just walks up next to me, it's a very moving experience for me. So last night, I took a walk. We are bordered by a cemetery, and I took a walk in the cemetery at dusk last night. It's on a hillside, and there was a mist rolling down on the hill, and it was very peaceful and very beautiful. A family of deer walked by, and including a tiny little fawn who still had the white spots. She was so small. And also a young deer that had antlers, which I hadn't seen yet. And behind me, this young man just appeared. He had been working at the farmer's market that was packing up, and he saw me looking at the deer. And this young man had the most gentle, peaceful, kind energy of anyone I've ever met. He was just a lovely, lovely person. And he came up next to me and he said, "Their coats are already changing for the season." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "All through the summer, they are a dark red color. And then as we move toward fall, they lose that fur, that coat, and they become what they are now, which is a sort of that soft tan, soft brown color that you think of deer." And I said, "Well, I noticed that one of them has antlers, and I hadn't seen that before." And he said, "Well, that means that he's a yearling because he has grown those antlers. That's the first year of his life. And each year of his life, those antlers will grow." And I looked at this young deer, and I just had this flash of thinking of him later in his life when he is a majestic buck. And we just talked a little bit about the deer and how they live here and how they are here in this space where they're safe. And then he disappeared, and then it was dark. And so I came back to the house, which was sort of this glowing amber light from the inside. And I felt hope. I felt that I had started on the pathway of restoration and of rejuvenation and of feeling my life force coming back because of that interaction. Because I had had a beautiful interaction with nature and with a good human, a really good human who just saw another human and thought, I have something to offer. I know something that she would like to know, and so I'm going to go tell her. And it was beautiful. And that is my new moon story for you. As you are looking at the things in your own life that need to change, that you wish to bring change to, and maybe you don't know how that change can happen, just like I don't know how change can happen in my life. But I wanted to remind you of the beauty that still exists on this planet and in this life, and the love and the connection that still exists, and the life force that is still here. And things are not hopeless, and your life is not hopeless. And this planet is not hopeless. And we can still live and love one another and thrive and take care of one another and make choices and create the lives we're living by living them, and by living them in love. I wish you peace and nourishment and beauty. I wish you everything good at this new moon. A gentle exhale of what's not working in your life, and a gentle inhale of what is. And I will be talking to you soon.